Today we are just sitting down, putting on a full face of makeup together. I am actually about to go out to dinner for my husband's birthday, and I thought why not film getting ready with you guys, because honestly these are my favorite kinds of videos to watch, and film. So here we are. Anyway, before we go ahead and zoom in and get started, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's start putting makeup on. Rare Beauty eye primer today. I'm finding it hard to go back to using my other eye primers because I love that one so much. The palette we are going to use is the Nars Climax Palette, which I know you can't buy anymore unless you are in the US and you go on Nordstrom Rack, or your local Nordstrom Rack has this, because I bought this in Hawaii at Nordstrom Rack for $26 US, which is insanely cheap for Nars, especially because we only can get it at Mecca here in Australia, and they never ever put Nars on sale. So yeah, anyway, long story short, very excited to get this at a discount. So if you're in the US and can get Nordstrom Rack, you can get it. If you're in Australia and you really want it, no matter what you have to kind of pay, you can do this thing called My US Forward Shipping, where you can get something from a US website shipped to this like My US place, and they will then ship it to you in Australia. It's more expensive than like shipping directly from the store. You know, it costs, I just did it recently with something and it cost me 40 Australian dollars. But to be completely honest with you, to be able to get something that I actually can't physically get otherwise, I was okay with it. So it's up to you. But yeah, anyway, you can get it. If you really want it, you could order it off Nordstrom Rack and do that. But anyway, we're gonna use this. I'm gonna take my Ref for 16 and I'm gonna go into this skin tony type shade first and just flip it through the crease. Nothing revolutionary today, you guys, because I don't wanna look crazy for my man's birthday. Also, this is actually the first eyeshadow palette that I have ever tried from Nars. I haven't actually tried a lot from Nars. I'm definitely dipping my toes more and more into the water of Nars as this year goes on. I'd really like to pick up the new cream bronzers that they've released with the full expanded shade range. I'm hoping they come to Mecca at some point ever. But the eyeshadow formula from the brand is beautiful. Like, if you have a lot of Nars palettes, can you tell me, is this formula consistent amongst all of the palettes? Because if so, like, I might start picking up more of their palettes, because it's a very lovely formula. And I will say, I think if you are not that experienced with makeup and find it a bit nerve-wracking, just picking up my BK205 and same shade, I think if you find like you're a beginner to makeup or just find it a bit intimidating, I think these shadows are really easy to work with. So yeah, I did see they just released their new summer palette here in Australia, and it was out in the US when I was there, but I know I won't use that color story a lot, so I figured I won't buy it because there's no point in buying something I know I won't use a lot. The color story just doesn't interest me. Next shade we're gonna go into is this purple cool tony shade. It's quite lovely. This is my What's Up Beauty R103. Just gonna define the crease a bit. I'm gonna take my Ref for 14 and I'm gonna dip into the smallest amount of this color right here. I just wanna deepen the outer portion up of the outer corner, sorry, of my eye up just a little bit, but I don't wanna go too hard. My Milk Makeup eye primer stick thing that I use as a glitter glue and pop that down on the lid. Now for the fun part, which is the shimmers, we're going to go into this one right here with my Ref number 2. I'm going to use this as like a base, and I'm just going to tap it on. And it's like this beautiful cool tony like smoky bronze, or like gunmetal I should say. And it's just beautiful, just beautiful. Now it looks a little messy, but don't panic, because we're going to now put this shade all over the lid as well as like a topper to that. So I'm just gonna tap it on with my finger and like cover the lid with it. And it's gonna add that little bit of sparkle and vavoom. We all need that bit of sparkle and vavoom. Now I am gonna pick up my Rephr 14 again though and go back into this shade and just kind of marry the outer corner a little bit more. What I just did was I actually just put my KVD Tatoo, what is this called? Tatoo pencil liner, and this is in the shade black. And I just popped that on the top waterline, and then I'm just gonna take the end of this Makeup by Mercier eyeliner brush, and I'm just gonna pick up some of the black eyeliner from the KVD one on the back of it, and I'm gonna smudge this into my lash line and just kind of create a bit of a smoked out lash line with it. I'm gonna leave that there for now. We can always finesse it later if we want to. I'm actually gonna put my top mascara on now. I'm gonna mix the Pillowtalk with the Lancome Lash Idole Pillowtalk from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm gonna mix these two mascaras just on the top lash line for now. If you want your lashes to look like falsies, and you have these two mascaras, try layering them because look at that, vavoom. So let's go ahead and move on to base makeup now. Normally I wouldn't put my mascara on then, but I just kind of wanted to see where I was at with the look, to be honest with you. So that's why I did for that one. Now I'm actually gonna take some of my Tower 28 SOS spray because this stuff is so good and hydrating. And then I'm also gonna take my Chanel Le Beiges Water Fresh tint. They are coming out with a new one of this that's got 3, I just squirted that across my desk. That's what she said. They are coming out with a new one of these that has 3 times the like pigment or coverage that this one does, and I am very excited. And yes, I will be buying it, don't you worry your pretty little face. And also the new packaging looks really, really cool. I quite like it. Actually, now that I think about it, the new packaging really looks like the Rose Ink one, but black. Maybe they're trying to compete with Rose Ink, huh? And just my Tarte pore filling primer tonight. I want to be poreless and flawless. All right, let's take our foundation. Actually, no, we're not going to take our foundation now. We're going to take our color corrector from Charlotte Tilbury first. So let's take our foundation now. I'm just gonna pump some onto my sponge and I'm just gonna pounce this out. This is such a good foundation. I really didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do. It's just so smoothing and just perfecting on the skin, or at least my skin. I really, really like it. And like, you really just need a really thin layer. Like I really have put just such a thin layer on here and it's already just smoothed and perfected everything. Like look at the difference. Yes, please, ma'am. Let's take our concealer. This is the shade Light 1R from One Size. This is my favorite concealer. I will just spread it out a little here. And I will tap it out. Now for a very exciting product. This is the new Charlotte Tilbury Cream Bronzer. I have the shade 1. This is one huge, like it's really big and it's absolutely beautiful. Everything about this, like even there's like a little star on the mirror here that's just like, everything is just like really well thought out. And I was gonna do a review on this, but by the time I got mine in the mail, everyone had already got their reviews up and I was like, no one cares. But if you were wondering my thoughts, I head over heels love this product. So I'm just picking some up with my Real Techniques brush that I always use, and I'm just going to stamp this out on the back of my hand and just really work it into the brush like I always do for this process. And I'll just basically stamp it all over my face, and this is the most soft, glowy, like it's like a soft matte. It's not glowy, but it's so natural and just so smoothing and airbrushing on the skin. And the tone for a neutral undertone like me is, look at it, it's perfect. And I just went a little bit ham like normal. So let me just blend that out a little bit. But is that not just so subtle and seamless? And the finish is so blurring and I love it. And I know, I haven't watched any reviews, but I'm thinking people are loving it. I feel like people are loving it. I know Kate the Great is loving it because I've watched her, what month are we in? June, May favorites. I forget what month we're in. It doesn't feel like we should be in June. But oh God, it's spectacular, you guys. If you're on the fence, or even if you're like, I really want it, but I don't need another cream bronzer, just get it. Like, if you can afford it, like, just get it. Don't even worry about, you know, practicality side of things, because it is so good. And it's worth the money, in my opinion. Shall we move on to under eye powder and face powder? Let's do it. Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, what I use all day, every day. Setting the under eyes, Sigma F35, and using it through the T-zone as well, same powder. For the rest of the face, I am going to take the e.l.f. Halo Setting Glow Powder. I don't know what this is called. Hold on, please. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I nailed it. There you go. On my BK 105. And I'm just going to stamp this around the rest of me face. Now, excuse me while I go and get all of the powder that I just got in my hair out. We're up to bronzer. Let's go ahead and bronze the face. What will we use? Let's take Refa 22. We're using our Charlotte Tilbury airbrush. I'm just like, I want to use this up, you know? It's such a good bronzer though. I'm in the shade 2 because the shade range of this powder bronzer is trash, and I don't understand how she can keep bringing out bronzers, or like she brought out cream bronzers, but didn't extend the shade range and of either the cream or the powder. Like, Charlotte, hello? I'm gonna quickly speed through and do my brows. Okay, so I did actually finish the lower lash line while I was there, and I also put this Colourpop like really cool tone purple just in the lower waterline as well, which I know you're like, purple really for a neutral look, but because it is like a really cool toned purple, it's not like a real pop of purple, it's almost like a grey kind of colour, and it kind of brightens the eyes at the same time. So yeah, and then I just put a teensy bit of the Pillowtalk mascara on the lower lash line as well, or the lower lashes I should say. Now I'm taking my Say Super Glowy Gel, and I'll pump it out on the back of my hand and work it into more sponge, and then I will use it to highlight my face. Like that, look at that. Oh, this Say highlighter, I wasn't like as impressed with it when I very first tried it, and then ever since then I've used it. I'm just like impressed more and more every single time I use it. And I think it's well and truly worth the money. I am just gonna use a teensy bit of powder highlight. I'm just gonna take it on this e.l.f. brush. I've got Golden Nectar from Pat. I am just going to take the Item Beauty Blushing Light Cream Blush. It's verified. And I'm gonna take it on my Refa number 5. And it says it's a cream blush, but it's not. It's like a hybrid cream powder, but more so a powder than a cream. That's for sure, but it is an exceptional color and an exceptional formula, whatever it is, and I love them. I wish I picked up, well actually you can order Item Beauty off their website directly, and it ships to Australia if you're wondering if you wanted to try the brand. But I really like this blush. So setting spray, Airbrush Flawless from Charlotte. Finishing touches, I am taking a little bit of my MAC NW20. This just for me is more so for my under eyes to really kind of, it's my last ditch attempt to get rid of any darkness, and I find it just works wonders. But you know, you don't have to do this, especially if you don't have dark under eyes. Like, don't do it, don't do it. My favorite lip combo at the moment is Pat McGrath Labs the Contour Lip Liner. And then Nude Romantique from the Bridgerton collection, the Satin Allures from Pat. Is that not like the most perfect lip color? Yes ma'am, yes it is. So we are finished. I am going to go and get dressed and do my hair and all that jazz, and you guys will see the finished look. So just a jiffy. This is the finished makeup look. What do we think? I'm really here for it. It's like glam, but still, I really like when I do like stronger, bolder eyes. I like the rest of my face to be quite subtle and almost natural like, and that's what I feel like is going on here. So I'm happy with it. This is the video. Let me know if you enjoyed it and if you had a good time. Is this the kind of makeup look that you would wear on a night out or a date night? Because it's kind of my go-to. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I love hearing from you guys. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so, so much. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, no, that's not what I say. I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. I completely lost my mind then. Bye.